Hi, I'm Colton Proctor, and I'm talking to you about the evolution of recipes using evolutionary algorithms. In 2018, the Journal of Cleaner Production had an article named Food Waste Matters. It stated that nearly one-third of all food produced is wasted. That amounts to 1.3 billion tons a year. Later in the article, they talked about the increased academic focus over the past few years. This shows in the amount of papers that are published relating to this topic. As you can see in this graphic, since around 2012, the amount of publications have been rising exponentially, and that is predicted to keep going. The techniques of evolutionary algorithms are intended to deal with this multidimensional data. They're allowing you to explore these fitness landscapes based off of what your needs are, and then you can exploit these high fitness areas that they are able to find in order to increase their fitness even further. For ingredients, these fitnesses range from nutritional composition, the way it can be treated, or how it relates to other ingredients in the dish, availability. It's allowing you to find some junction between these in a way we wouldn't have been able to find ourselves. I took the core of what makes an algorithm evolutionary. I used the technique of making an individual, creating a population of these individuals, so each was a recipe, and then a population of recipes. These populations went through many lifetimes where each ingredient or recipe in the set creates an offspring, and then that offspring has a chance to mutate. It changes its inherent values. This, for me, was replacing ingredients, changing calorie counts, so finding entirely new recipes, which were random generations. And I took the most and least fit individuals in each of these life cycles. I did this because I used crossover as well as elitism, and I wanted to be able to find diverse sets of recipes. Over many generations, this resulted in a recipe that had higher fitness than its original state. I encoded these ingredients from a USDA database. Each recipe was a set of these ingredients, and I limited them by calorie count. The fitness was a relation between their inherent nutrition and the calories. The recipes were evolved over 80,000 generations. I was able to do such a high number because I don't have a physics simulator, so it was less computationally expensive. I found this is two different runs over 80,000 generations, all plotted against one another, that I was getting convergence to local optima quickly. I found that this was the diet that the ingredient lists represented. It was usually some pork, lots of nuts, beans, and fruit. The fruit was generally in the form of a smoothie. I was surprised by that. In an article by Mayo Clinic, they applaud this diet. This was published in their website in 2017. MyFitnessMetric emphasized the features that these ingredients in that diet contain the most of. I could use other metrics which take into account diversity more so, or emphasize it. I take into account the dietary restrictions, availability of ingredients, whether it's expensive or going to expire. I was surprised by how quickly my diets converged. I think it was due to the naive aspect of my fitness function, and I think this was because I used features that only every ingredient had, because I didn't know how to relate lactose to glucose or incentivize one against the other, or decentivize it as well. 1.3 billion tons a year of wasted food. I believe that evolutionary algorithms aren't only able to make machines walk, they can be used in a wide range of applications. They do this because they have intuitions between these features, and they're allowed to solve complex real-world issues, whether that be a machine walking or helping people find insights.